Well, hello there. This is Matt Damaris, owner of Energy Catalysts, and I'm here with Will Hudson
with
Hydrotemp. We're going to do a quick tour today of the factory and kind of show you around.
Yep.
We have the turret press in the background here. Will, why don't you just give us a quick intro into it?
Yeah, so the turret press is where we take, we bring in flat sheet metal parts in 4x10 sheets, and we load them on here and do all of our hole punching for all of our cabinetry parts. Once it comes off the cabinetry, then we pull it off here and go to a brake press and start bending all the parts up before we assemble it into a complete cabinet. So this is kind of the first step in the process of making the cabinet for the Energy Catalyst unit.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we're going to take a quick tour down the hallway here. And I'm going to flip this camera around and we'll walk you down here. You can kind of just listen to my voice as we go. So that was the first step. And then where we're going to bring you now is to the assembly of the actual cabinet itself. We got a couple of other units that are being manufactured. Kind of gives you a sense of what we're looking at. This is a horizontal unit that's being assembled. I'll zoom the camera here to give you a good perspective on it.
Brake press machine there where we take all the flat sheet metal parts once they've been punched on the turret press, and we put all the bends into it.
Right.
For the corner posts and the frame parts.
That's really how you take a cut piece of metal like this,
Yep.
Which may have a couple of pre-manufactured holes, and then you put those precise bends in it to...
You can actually see him bending right now.
There you go. Look at that, beautiful. That's a nice factory finish right there. Yep. Cool. So then from there, let's why don't you lead us down here, Will?
Yeah, so you get a frame put together. We bring them up on the assembly line here. We start placing the compressors in there, and then you'll start to see any sub-assembly work that's already done.
Right.
The first section here is our plumbing department, where we get all the heat exchangers, compressors, all the refrigeration components installed in the unit and brazed together. Once everything's brazed, it gets put under a pressure check, verify that there's no leaks in any of the brazing before it then goes around and starts getting insulated for pipe insulation, getting it prepared for electrical.
Great. We would stay a little longer if they were brazen, but they're not at the moment, so let's keep going here. So the next section, one thing I want to point out as we're walking through, we have one of our original Energy Catalyst tanks, which come standard with every unit. These do have a 20-inch indirect coil for domestic hot water, so every unit, whether it's used for hot water heating or used for forced air heating, does come with domestic water. This is a 65-gallon tank, and our heat pumps also come with 3 pumps. So we have a ground loop pump, a circulator pump between the tank and the heat pump itself, and a load pump to actually deliver that hot water to the building in the case that you're using it for hot water heating. So all of that comes standard with our unit, and we're going to show you that in a second. So let's keep going along this way here to the electrical if we can. How you doing, Mary? Doing all right. So Mary here is just finishing up one of our Energy Catalyst panels. And looking very good here, Mary. Coming along wonderfully. So within our panel, we have a circuit breaker for the compressor, another circuit breaker for electric backup heat. The homeowner, if he doesn't want to ever run backup heat, you just flip this circuit breaker right here, and it will keep it off at all times. So that way there's no risk of accidentally running too much backup heat. Our system uses the Siemens controller, and we also use EEVs on all of our systems. So we're using the Sanwa electronic expansion valves. And right over here, we have 2 units that are pretty close to finished. This is a 4-ton unit over here, and then a 3-ton down the line. Let's just talk about this one for a minute. What we're looking at here is a 3-ton Energy Catalyst heat pump. This is a double hybrid, so it can operate in a hot water heating mode and provide supplemental hot air to make sure that the home, even if you have baseboards or radiators, still can be heated properly. It can always get the full capacity of the unit, even if there's some limitations with relatively low temperature hot water running through baseboard or radiator. So this unit itself, it's designed to be very packaged together. So you can see these 4 holes right here. That is for the ground loop pump. And all the controls and wiring is done right into the panel. So this will control variable speed pumps. It'll provide the exact amount of water required. And because it's all pre-packaged and on here, you don't have to mount this pump to a wall or somewhere else. You bring your pumps right into here. And then from here, these are the 2 ground loops. Here we just have temporary ports for testing and pressure testing, things like that. But these will actually be pre-piped and plumbed, so that way they go directly in, and as soon as you bring it down, your ground loop is almost already installed. You just need to connect your heat pump directly to the ground loop. A couple of other little features that I just want to show you. You can see the compressors right here. We have dedicated this whole little space right here for easy compressor removal. That's definitely intentional. We also have our service ports right here. So we have a high pressure and a low pressure service port that are very accessible. We use braze plates on all of our units, both for our evaporator and our condenser. And we use pretty large braze plates, so that way we maximize the efficiency. In fact, that is one of the many ways that we've designed this heat pump to be one of the most efficient, if not the most efficient, heat pump in North America for heating a home with existing hot water system. What you can't see right now, I guess the one component is there is a screen that goes right here. We just haven't mounted it yet as we're finishing up our electrical panel. But within that screen, it'll show you all of the diagnostics. So it'll show you errors, it'll show your performance, your live efficiency. It can tell you your high and low pressures, return air, supply air, return ground loop water temperature and supply water temperature, hot water temperature, everything you would ever need to know. You can do all the full diagnostics in the system and also verify the proper operation right here from the screen. So we think it's a pretty darn good unit, and if you're interested, then feel free to reach out to us. Once again, I'm Matt Damaris. I'm the owner and founder of Energy Catalyst, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.